Today, we're uncovering the story of Joni Lamb, the co-founder and president of the Daystar television network, and exposing how donor contributions have paved the way for her extravagant lifestyle. With an estimated net worth of $40 million, Joni enjoys the kind of luxury that most can only dream of. But her story doesn't end there. From shocking allegations of misuse of funds to high-profile departures from Daystar and her own family turmoil, this tale takes twists and turns you won't believe. Stay tuned as we unravel the intricate web of fame, fortune, and controversy surrounding Joni Lamb and Daystar television network. Joni Lamb and her late husband, Marcus Lamb, founded the Daystar television network in 1997 with a simple mission: spread the gospel across the globe. Through strategic growth and a loyal viewer base, Daystar became one of the largest Christian television networks in the world, reaching over 5 billion viewers in more than 110 million households in the US alone. This success came largely from the generous contributions of viewers who believed in their vision. Joni's charismatic ability to connect with her audience was instrumental in fostering this loyalty, creating a financial engine that propelled Daystar and Joni's personal wealth into the stratosphere. Let's talk about Joni Lamb's lifestyle. From sprawling estates in affluent neighborhoods like Highland Park in Dallas to private jets and five-star vacations, Joni's life epitomizes luxury. Her wealth extends beyond her role at Daystar, thanks to a savvy real estate portfolio. She's invested in high-value commercial properties that generate significant passive income and have appreciated dramatically over the years. But here's the big question. How much of this wealth comes from her own entrepreneurial efforts, and how much is fueled by the heartfelt donations of Daystar's devoted viewers? Daystar operates as a non-profit organization, which means its funding relies heavily on viewer donations. These contributions are expected to fund ministry efforts and programming. But are they really being used as intended? Reports suggest a significant portion of these funds goes unaccounted for, raising questions about whether donor money is being used to support Joni's lavish lifestyle. This discrepancy between Daystar's public image and its financial practices has left many donors feeling betrayed, especially when their hard-earned money appears to fund extravagance rather than faith-based initiatives. One of the most contentious issues surrounding Joni Lamb and the Daystar television network is the alleged misuse of donor funds. These allegations have not only drawn public outrage, but have also sparked questions about accountability, transparency, and ethical practices at the network. Let's dive into the details. Let's start with the most talked about controversy: Joni Lamb's extravagant honeymoon with her new husband, Dr. Doug Weiss. In June 2023, shortly after their wedding, the couple reportedly spent nearly $100,000 on a luxurious getaway in Los Cabos, Mexico. This wasn't just any honeymoon. It included stays at five-star resorts, elite amenities, and indulgent experiences that raised eyebrows among Daystar donors and critics alike. According to investigative reports, expenses tied to this trip appeared on Daystar's ministry credit card. Records revealed two significant charges: $60,041.68 in May 2023, just weeks before their wedding, $36,780.32 in October 2022, well before the couple even married. This led to speculation that these charges were either unrelated to ministry work or improperly allocated for personal use. It's worth noting that such high-value expenses are far removed from the purpose of a non-profit organization. As these charges came to light, Daystar board member Tom Callender allegedly stepped in to gift these honeymoon expenses to Joni Lamb. Reports suggest this decision was made without formal board approval, a move that further complicates the situation. Critics argue that such actions represent a clear conflict of interest, given that Joni herself is an officer in the organization and holds significant influence over its operations. This decision to retroactively approve and gift the charges raises questions about the checks and balances within Daystar's governance. If board members are willing to excuse such expenses without scrutiny, what does this say about the organization's commitment to financial accountability? Interestingly, these charges did not go unnoticed within Daystar. Joni's own son, Jonathan Lamb, who was serving as vice president at the time, voiced strong objections. During a board meeting, Jonathan questioned the legitimacy of using ministry funds for personal expenses, including the honeymoon. Jonathan later consulted with Daystar's CFO, who confirmed that the ministry's credit card points were insufficient to cover the expenses. This revelation contradicted Joni's defense that the trip was funded through credit card rewards. His objections not only underscored concerns about financial mismanagement, but also strained his relationship with his mother, culminating in his eventual removal from Daystar. In the face of mounting allegations, Joni Lamb publicly denied any misuse of funds. In a 36-minute video released in December 2024, she vehemently stated, "Absolutely not. Not one penny of Daystar's money was used for our honeymoon. We paid for our honeymoon, okay?"
Absolutely not. Not one penny of Daystar's money was used for our honeymoon. We paid for our honeymoon, okay? So again, that's another lie that's out there.
Right.
So again, that's another lie that's out there. While her statement aimed to put the controversy to rest, investigative reports from sources like the Roy's report painted a different picture. They highlighted inconsistencies between her claims and the expense reports, which showed ministry credit cards tied to honeymoon-related charges. The honeymoon controversy is just one aspect of a larger narrative surrounding financial practices at Daystar. Critics have pointed to a lack of transparency in how donor funds are managed, with questions about whether other personal expenses have been improperly charged to ministry accounts. Donors contribute with the expectation that their funds will support Christian programming, outreach, and charitable causes, not luxury vacations or opulent lifestyles. The alleged misuse of funds undermines the trust of these viewers and poses serious ethical dilemmas for the network. Furthermore, if these expenses were not reimbursed, they could be classified as improper compensation under U.S. tax law. Nonprofit organizations are legally required to maintain clear boundaries between operational expenses and personal benefits, and any violation could have severe legal and financial repercussions. So, what does this mean for Daystar's future? Allegations of financial mismanagement, especially those tied to personal luxuries, have significantly damaged the network's reputation. For an organization built on faith and trust, this kind of controversy creates a disconnect between its mission and its actions. Adding a deeply troubling layer to the controversies surrounding Joni Lamb and the Daystar television network are allegations of abuse and inappropriate behavior involving a family member, Pete, and Jonathan and Susie Lamb's daughter. This issue not only underscores internal dysfunction within the Lamb family, but has also raised significant ethical questions about how such allegations were handled. Jonathan and Susie Lamb, who were both deeply involved in the operations of Daystar, reported these incidents to Joni Lamb and other family members, expecting immediate action and accountability. Instead, what followed was a series of events that many have described as a cover-up. Daystar Television Network has long been a powerhouse in Christian broadcasting, but the tides are turning rapidly. In a shocking turn of events, 16 major programmers have already exited the network, including renowned figures like Joyce Meyer, Jesse Duplantis, Jack Graham, Lance Wallnau. These departures are leaving a massive void in Daystar's programming lineup, sparking the question, is this the end of Daystar as we know it? To put things into perspective, the loss of 16 major programmers represents a significant portion of Daystar's content offerings. These individuals were not just contributors, they were the faces of the network, responsible for drawing in loyal audiences and substantial donations. Their absence leaves glaring gaps in Daystar's schedule, with fewer recognizable names to anchor its programming. So, what does this mean for Daystar's future? With its reputation in shambles, programming in disarray, and donor trust at an all-time low, the network is at a crossroads. Can it recover from the loss of so many key voices, or is this the beginning of the end for the Daystar that started over 2 decades ago? Joni Lamb's immense wealth, an estimated $40 million, stands in stark contrast to the stories of generosity and sacrifice from Daystar's loyal donors. The allegations of misused funds, extravagant personal spending, and ethical lapses have left many asking, is this the true cost of trust? For years, millions of viewers believed their donations were being used to spread the gospel, support missions, and create meaningful programming. But with every new controversy, from lavish honeymoons to unaccounted for expenses, that trust is eroding. This isn't just about money, it's about accountability, transparency, and the responsibility that comes with leadership in faith-based organizations. The question remains, is Joni Lamb's lifestyle a reflection of success, or has it come at the expense of the very mission she vowed to uphold? What do you think? Should there be more accountability for how donor money is spent in organizations like Daystar? Or is this simply a case of misunderstanding and exaggeration? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.